All right, all right. Welcome everybody to Live Out Loud podcast. I'm Scott,
And I'm Janelle.
and we're bringing you this show. This is kind of a relaunch of the Live Louder. I said Live Out Loud. That's my old show from like 5 years ago, so I apologize. Live Louder podcast. This is a relaunch. We started Live Louder a little while back. You may remember Melody and I were doing it. We're looking at other projects to do. So Janelle and I are taking Live Louder and we're bringing it into a whole new area and a whole new lot of fun. And Janelle, I'm excited. Are you excited about this?
I am. I'm very excited. Getting to share our thoughts and just having fun. I love it.
And that's the point of this. Our point is to share some things that we do in our lives that help us to thrive and be happier and do things. These are discoveries that we made. We both had hardships. We don't mind sharing them with you, and we're not going to get involved in all the deep and the gloomy stuff. But there are so many ways to relieve yourself of the stress, the anxiety, the depression, all of those things that hold people back, right?
Well, life's too short for us to be worrying about everything all at once. And the problem is a lot of times we see enough darkness in the world right now that we don't need to have that surrounding us at all times.
Right.
So
exactly.
that's why I do my art, is because I need to be happy. I don't like feeling, nobody likes to be sad. We get that way sometimes, but smiling and laughter is like the best thing for me.
Absolutely. And it's just, there's so many things going on. Today's world, I'm going to tell you, we were just talking before we went on the air. We were talking about grocery prices and this and that. And let me tell you something. What we will not do is we will not talk politics on this show. We will not talk religion on this show. We will encourage you to find your own spiritual well-being and do what you got to do. We'll encourage you to be involved in politics and know what's going on. But we're not going to talk about that stuff because it's just too...
Yeah, it's too much.
It's too volatile.
We see that on a daily basis. We need a moment where we don't have to worry about all of that.
Yes, and we got our first comment on our first show of the Live Louder podcast, and it's Tracy, and she's saying, "Woohoo!"
Hey, Trey.
Put some thought into that one, and then I'll give us a heart. Thank you, Trace. We appreciate you joining us here. Any comments that you have, anybody out there, any comments that you have, please just type them in. We'll be able to see them. We'll be able to answer your comments. But how we base this show, we base this show in finding your own creativity, finding your own inner artist. Doesn't mean you have to be a painter. And you can see this is a combination of both Janelle's and my paintings up here behind us. It doesn't have to be about painting. It could be about any creative activity. Could be so crucial.
Yes.
Whether you're dealing with mental health issues, addiction issues, just regular trauma, everyday life. Maybe just you don't do enough self-care in your life. I see that a lot, don't you?
I really do. A lot of people, I'll ask them what they do for self-care. And it was like me years ago where it's like, I don't do self-care, and I learned so quickly how important that is on a daily basis, not just like monthly.
Right.
And that's a big thing.
It means a lot. It's not some hippy dippy get in touch with your feelings kind of thing we're talking about. We're talking about everyday basic stuff. When you get home from work, do you decompress? Do you do something that kind of brings you into a new state and not stay in that work state all day long? Because that robs you of time with your family, time with your friends, time with you.
And your own personal happiness too.
Absolutely.
Like my biggest thing, and a lot of people can tell you this, is my skincare. So I'm really big on skincare as part of my self-care because I've been a mom and, I just put them first, but then forgot that, I need to do something. So during COVID is when I actually got to the point of self-care and I got into it more. And I was like, wow, that actually really does help me and like changes my mood.
It does.
It does. Different.
And I've been terrible at skincare. I'm 25 years old, people. Look at me. My skincare has been shit. It's not.
Well, if you ask Tracy, she still thinks I'm like in my 20s, early 30s. And I'm like, oh, thank you. But no.
We got our number one fan out there. Sandy Mom is with us.
Hi, Sandy.
And she's saying, have fun. Hi, kids. Have fun with the show. All right. We will. And my mother is somebody that is Sandy Mom is my mom. And if you haven't learned that from previous shows, you'll know it now. She's also an artist and uses art
Oh my
and
gosh.
has been,
she's-
and I have not talked her completely into it, but she will be a guest on our show one day.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We got to have her, and she's got to be
100%.
in studio.
And she has to bring some art.
She has to bring some art.
Yes.
We're actually, you guys keep watching one of these shows. I'm going to have to do art live. She's going to make me do, what was it?
I don't know, maybe some diamond art.
No, oh my
Yep.
God.
Yep. I think
Oh
that's
my
what we're going to do.
We're going to see Serenity go right out the freaking window that day. I'm telling you right
No, but
now.
it's okay.
And look at these hands. These aren't meant to pick up little tiny things.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like me the other day when I told you about my pottery. I use like a pottery wheel now, and oh my gosh, I wanted to throw the clay up against the wall, but I'm like, that might make a bigger mess for me that I have to clean up, and I'd rather not. But yeah, I was ready to throw it.
We're going to talk about all these different forms of art and creativity, and there's so many, and everyone out there, everyone is creative. I do believe it was Pablo Picasso who said, every child is an artist and you grow out of it as an adult.
Ooh.
And, you know, and that's, I love that. Maybe if we find a way to hang on to that and hang on to that artistic side of yourself.
I think I finally found mine. Like, I've always been artistic
Right.
in a sense.
Yeah.
But I gave it up for years.
Yes.
And then I finally got into, once I graduated college, I started getting into, diamond art was like the beginning of it. So, and actually Tracy has my very first piece I ever did was the Phoenix.
No kidding.
She is a Phoenix to me. Yes. So she's got my very first diamond art. So it was pretty cool.
We got Karen Hurley with us, my business partner and co-founder of One Brother, One Sister, and part of Sober Life Studios and all the other things. And so Karen's with us listening and saying hi. And so before we start, just a little something just to kick you off. I took a look and I'd like to see what day it is. Now, I know today's Saturday. It only took me about an hour this morning to figure out it was Saturday. Do you ever have those mornings when you really don't know for sure what day it is?
That was yesterday for me.
It was?
Yep.
Okay. Well, your yesterday was my today. I had no idea this morning, and I was just kind of wandering around. I'm checking the news. I'm trying to figure out. I couldn't figure out what day it was. So I just finished a cup of coffee. Then it came to me. That's what happens. But today is more important than that because today is a national day for something. They got so many national days.
Yes.
You know, they got National One Sock Day and National this and National that. So a couple of these that I just thought were interesting. Today is I Love Yarn Day. I love Yarn Day. I have no idea why. I don't love yarn.
Me either.
I don't like the way it feels.
Because it's that cottony feeling.
Yeah.
You get that, yeah.
You know, and I can say this because all the people who were involved in this have passed on. But my great-grandmother used to make us yarn sweaters and mittens when we were little kids. And they were itchy and scratchy and big. And you put the frickin' things on, you couldn't put your arms down. You felt like Cartman from South Park. You just couldn't move.
You're definitely a northerner.
Yeah, yeah. But we always had to put them on when they came to visit. Today is also International African Penguin Awareness Day. You heard me right. International African Penguin Awareness Day.
And I didn't even know what they look like, so I had to look it up, and it just
looks like a regular penguin.
Yeah, just a little bit different. It has like a different black on it.
You really can't tell that they're African until you hear their accents. I don't know. I don't know how you would know. Today is International Chess Day. It's a national chess day. It's also National Coming Out Day for our LGBTQ communities.
Love that.
National Coming Out Day. I love that every day should be National Coming Out Day. You should never be afraid to be who you are.
And celebrate it every day.
Celebrate it. We will celebrate right there with you. Today is also National Food Truck Day.
Okay, I'm down with that one.
I'm always down with that one. And I know, did you ever catch one of those when I worked and lived in Philly area, in Philadelphia, they always had these news reports about how dirty the food trucks were and the food carts. I would turn it off. I don't want to know because I'm telling you right now, eating at a food truck is like awesome. It's better to me. I'd rather eat at a food truck than at a 5-star restaurant.
I would too.
Right?
I would too. Yep. It depends on the food truck. Like, I don't know that I've actually in Philadelphia eaten out of a food truck. I think I probably have, but my biggest thing was Jim's, so I'd always go to Jim's.
Jim's
Philly steak.
Oh, okay. All right. I was thinking of Jim's lunch in Jersey. No. But they had Geno's and Pat's and Jim's and a few others out there that were really good. Okay, a couple others. Today is National Sausage Pizza Day. Can't go wrong with a sausage pizza.
Better than Hawaiian.
And today is also National You Go Girl Day.
I like that one.
I
That's a
don't
good
know what you do to celebrate that, but you go, girl. You go, girl. So those are days to celebrate, but today's also day one of the new Live Louder podcast, and it's also your day today. Everyone out there, today's your day. We're just starting the day. It's 11 o'clock in the morning in the Eastern Standard Time, and you got the whole day to do what you want to do, be who you want to be, and try something new. And let's talk about some of these new things that people could try. I think everybody thinks when we start talking about art and creativity, they're thinking they have to be a Mozart with music or a Monet with painting,
Oh, gosh, no.
or you have to, or even worse, like you have to be Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore with pottery.
And it does not work that way at all, which I learned is not that cute. It is not. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a messy process. So they make it look so like, oh my God, that's so cool. No, it's not.
Yeah, it's the movie Ghost, and if you haven't seen the scene, it's got, and they wait. First of all, they wake up in the middle of the night. They can't sleep, so they decide to turn on the pottery wheel and get messy, which nobody does. You don't
God.
do that.
Oh God, it would.
You don't get out of bed and then roll in mud. You just don't do it.
No. If I did that, I literally would have it on the ceiling, most likely.
And which is what the truth of the thing is. What they show is the two of them sitting, and they got the "Oh my love," and they got the music going, and they're doing this pottery, and it's very sensual, and his hands are on her hands, and they keep forming this perfect little thing, and it's so sweet. And even when it falls apart, it's like a cool moment where we can fix it, and it's all. Now, what happens when you really turn that pottery wheel on for the first time?
So, a couple of things. You actually scrape your nails down because you don't realize that your hands are getting scraped by the wheel itself.
Well, it's just combining, a manicure with pottery. It's a good idea.
Well, it's a little lopsided, so I don't like that. It's not that cute. And it's a really, really messy process. It's just a big mess. It's a big mess. It's fun. I really like it. I like it coming together, and a lot of times I'll make it, let it dry. I don't like it, and I smash it. I'm just like, okay, no.
Right, and you can reuse the pottery or the clay over and over again.
Right, because I do a lot of doing molds and stuff like incense burners and things like that. But that's made out of a material that you can't redo.
Right.
Once it's set, it's over.
Right.
But with pottery, I can, yeah.
And even with painting, I mean, you might be able to repaint the canvas. And by the time you're done, you got 7 layers of paint on it, because it's so, but you can't reuse that paint. It's like when you paint it on you, but with pottery, it's the kind of thing where every little piece you use, you can reuse, you can reattach, you can do different things. So that's kind of cool.
Yes. It's a lot of fun.
But how would you suggest people approach it? Because I think everybody goes in with that mindset. They're going to make a perfect vase part 1.
You will not. Just saying, you definitely won't. It will be a little lopsided. When I first started it, I guess I didn't have my pottery wheel level.
Right.
So that's key, I learned. Because I was like, why is it all like wonky? I'm like, why is it like that? It's all lopsided. Well, because I didn't have my pottery wheel actually perfectly level before you put the clay even on it.
Yeah, you can't take shortcuts on some of these things.
No.
You really take the time to make sure it's level.
Yep.
And it's like prepping a canvas before you take the time to do a few things to make it easier on yourself.
Correct.
Got a couple comments. Sandy Mom is here with a big one. Says, before children speak, they sing. Before they write, they paint. As soon as they stand, they dance. Art is the basis of human expression. Wow.
I love that.
That is cool. That's going on a coffee mug.
Can I use that? Because that's
We're going to
really,
steal
really
that.
good.
We're going to steal that.
Art is the basis of human expression. Wow. Art is absolutely anything. Anything you love to do or even learning to do.
Yeah.
Writing, cooking, baking. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
It's all a form of art because you're putting your expression into that.
And people who say I'm not artistic at all or I'm not creative at all, but maybe they're a great cook. That is a form of art.
It is.
I mean, think about it as you cook a meal. You're creating as you go. You're creating flavor. You're creating aroma. You're creating a dish, a complete dish. When you put it on the plate, it becomes your canvas. It is your visual art, how you display it. And even if you display, sometimes the simplest display, which is the burger and the bun and the fries on the plate, sometimes that could just be, I know I've had a few burgers I looked at, brought a tear to my eye. I was very happy to see them. And so it doesn't have to be like Gordon Ramsay stuff.
Right.
But then you've got when people eat it and they get to ingest it, that is the actual art itself, people absorbing it. And then there was another part, and I was talking to Janelle about this. I love cooking on Sundays because I love the smell of sauce in the house or chili cooking on the stove while I'm watching football and painting or even doing laundry or something. It changes the mood of the house. So that is an artistic, a creative form of expression that changes a mood. And that's kind of what art's all about. It's about changing moods, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it really is. And the reason I basically started is because I was in a dark place. I was having issues and all of that. So it's like, oh, let me just try painting. And so one of my very first paintings is actually right here. Is this one? Is because for years and years I felt like I wasn't seen. So that I, and on the back of that it says you are seen.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I was like, it's kind of my expression, like, well, I'm not having a good day. Let me just go paint. Let me go do something.
Yeah.
Let me learn something new. And I love to learn.
Art is rarely a visual thing. It's just like music is rarely an auditory thing. It's rarely just hearing. It's about the emotion that goes with it.
Yes.
The greatest songs in the world make you feel something. We remember those songs because it made us get up and dance. It made us sad. It made us whatever. And that's what the greatest art is something that makes you feel. So when you're doing something, I don't care. Let's, if you start with maybe drawing or painting, which are the two basics of art, drawing, doodling, sketching, stick figures, whatever it is, just go from your gut about what you put on there.
Right.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you and I if we took all of our listeners, all of our guys, and we brought you all to an art gallery in Los Alamos, and we walked around, we would rarely agree on which ones are the best paintings.
Oh, for sure, because everyone sees something different.
That's right, and it affects you differently.
Yep.
It's not because they put the most visually pleasing thing on the canvas. It's because they put an emotion on the canvas, and that emotion connects to you. And I love the colors in a Jackson Pollock, which is basically a lot of paint splatter, but I don't get. But it doesn't do it for me. It doesn't. Okay. But Andy Warhol, I have a visceral feeling towards it. It's very, very primal.
I feel the same way, sort of.
Yeah.
It depends on, I like the art splatter just because, I look at it as putting that feeling, that expression, and it shows, basically more expression to me. But that's me.
Right. So let's see. Tracy's joining us. She's saying peaceful or perfectly imperfect. That is art in itself.
Yes.
Perfectly imperfect. Do you realize some of the greatest things in the world have been created by accident?
I believe it.
Dr. Pepper was an accident.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that.
Dr. Pepper was an accident made by Coca-Cola Company. They put the wrong combination of things, and they actually delivered it to a doctor. That doctor's name was Dr. Peppers, or I think it was his name. And the mistake, he liked it so much, he had them replicate it, and then it became Dr. Pepper soda. It was a mistake. Perfectly imperfect. Who was the painter on all the TV shows? The guy, what's his name?
Oh my gosh. You just sent me a video about it.
I got a video of him. Bob? No.
I think it is Bob.
Is it Bob? The guy who's like, oh, everything's little perfect, little
he's got a
happy mistakes.
Big hair.
Yeah. The big hair, passed away a while back. But but he was always like, there's no mistakes, there's just a happy little accidents. Sometimes when a spot of paint lands on your canvas, you're like, holy shit, I'm glad it's there. It makes it work. So perfectly imperfect with all art. Okay, we got Lynn Serrano with us. Lynn and I have been friends since we were 14 years old.
Wow.
We go back. We dated on and off when we were kids, and then we lost track of each other for I'm going to say it, Lynn. I hate to date us, but over 40 years. And then we reconnected because she's podcasting in Montana and I'm podcasting here. We actually do shows together. We're going to be relaunching the Lynn and Scott show pretty soon. So
Very cool.
pay attention. But Lynn is one of those people who takes her creativity and puts it into media. And
That's a form of art.
And putting people together. It's like when you're putting colors together, that's a form of art. She puts people together in these great combinations that create great content. Lynn, it's creative, and I applaud you for that. It's awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah, and some people are like, "Oh, I'm not good at art." I could say who the person just said that to me. I'm not creative. I can't do that. But there's so many different forms of art, and people don't even consider art. They just consider, "Oh, well, I just do this."
Yeah.
Okay, but that's art.
That's art. It's all art. Michael Salerno says, "Very cool. Glad
Michelle.
you're here, Michael. We appreciate."
Michelle.
I'm sorry, Michelle. I'm sorry. My prescription just ran out just now. It's done. No, Michelle. I apologize, Michelle. Let's see. Bob Ross. Bob Ross was the guy's
There we
name.
go. So we were right with Bob.
Yes. Tracy saying, "Heck yes, Scott. It reminds me of home state, New Jersey." Oh, okay.
That's where she's from.
Yeah, she's from Jersey. Okay, I'm a Jersey guy. Originally New York, but 20 years in Jersey. I got to be a part of all of that.
Oh, she even says Brito, another artist.
Oh, okay.
I've seen some of his artwork. Love it.
Brito.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So all of these artists, try it. How many people, if you had to guess, how many people do you think say to themselves one day, I want to try to paint something, or I want to try to do something, or I want to learn how to draw? How many people do you think do it?
I mean, some people want to learn.
Yeah.
But not a lot of people think, "Oh, I'm going to be an artist one day."
Right.
I never considered that for me.
Right. Yeah.
I was just like, "Oh, no, that's not going to be me."
Well, I didn't consider me being an artist at all up until about 3 years ago when I actually started doing painting and stuff like that.
I can't believe it's only been 3 years for you.
But yeah, well, it's just my style is my style. It's just who I am. But even today, some people call me an artist, and I kind of feel like I don't know that I'm an artist. But then again, I fall victim to what we hear other people do sometimes, which is you have to have this, you have to be acknowledged, you have to have you have to follow this color form, you have to do this style to be a true artist in a gallery.
And I'm not a gallery kind of painter.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be.
I don't want to be, and that's not my style. You know what? I'm working right now to get my stuff hung up in there's some vape shops that want to hang some of my pop art, which is cool.
That's real cool.
I'm working with some restaurant in Wilton Manors that wants to put my stuff up in their bar area because some of my stuff has got a little bit of gangster to it, as far as like some old movie stuff. That's kind of where I find my niche. But let me tell you, there's not successful artists versus somebody who's not an artist. It's just a matter of your how well people know you. That's all it is.
Really
There's a lot of super talented art that people have never met, but never seen. There's a lot of people that do art and it never leaves their house.
Right. And that I mean, I was the same way. I never would ever think of selling a painting of mine until just, this year, actually. But you know what the best gallery for my art it would be? Somebody's home. That's like the gallery.
That's the gallery.
That's where I want my stuff to be. Whether it's my candles, because I make all different types of mediums. So I work with candles to pottery to soaps to all of it. And I actually teach it. So I can actually teach somebody how to make stuff, how to do it like a scent component for a candle. With different types of scents, you can create something amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's not so good, which was me at first, but that's a form of art for me too. It's just making my candles.
Experimenting and finding out what can work. And none of these things are super, super expensive. You don't have to spend a ton of money to get involved. If you want to try the drawing and painting, obviously. And plus, listen, with YouTube now, and maybe you're watching us on YouTube, YouTube it's so much more than just cat videos, people. It really is. There's lots of tutorials on how to maybe you want to learn how to draw an eyeball better or a hand or do something like that, you can find all those things.
And that's how I do a lot of my stuff, is I want to see somebody else do it first.
Yeah.
So that way I can get an idea about how to go about it, how to start the process.
Right.
Because, I mean, everything is a process. You have to first have a thought in your head and then put it onto canvas, if that's what the type of medium you're working with.
There are some great artists out there, like world famous artists, that still can't draw hands to save their lives. And so they'll find creative ways to cover it up, right?
There's always a way.
Potteries and ceramics, we were just talking about that. But there's all sorts of crafting, jewelry making, and things like that. I know you've been involved with a lot of those.
Yeah, pretty much.
All of them.
Yeah. You actually got to come to my house, him and his mom, and they were just like walking around because my whole house now is my studio. And I've got all different types all over the place. So, and it's fun. And learning it is fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you can go to different stores. There's, I'm just going to name a couple because I'm not sponsoring or endorsing any of them, but Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and a few other craft shops. Joanne Fabric sometimes has stuff for crafting and stuff.
Existing.
They're gone.
They're gone.
Gone forever.
Gone. I just found that out. Actually, Michelle's on here. Her and I found that out. Well, she told me about it, and I was like, no way. And yeah, it's
okay.
No more.
I guess Radio Shack's gone too now, huh?
I mean, that's been gone like 20 years, but we're not going to go there.
Yeah. Well, I was not paying attention for 20 years. No, but these other stores, there's lots of stores out there. Even some of the dollar stores can have little trinkets and stuff. But
you can one of the best places.
You can create little jewelries and little things, and you're always looking around and you're seeing something. Listen, nobody really cares if it's a real diamond around your neck. What they care about is, does it look cool, and does it give you a good vibe, and is it sending a message? Create your own message through jewelry making and things like that, and it takes so little. All it takes is a little bit of your time and a little bit of patience.
Sometimes a lot of patience.
Sometimes a lot of patience.
We'll find out with him when he does the diamond art how much patience you really need for that.
Right.
And I did like a 3 foot by 2 foot piece of it.
And then there's textile arts, knitting, crochet. Not my cup of tea. Now, I love printing on clothing. I print on clothing and I do things like that. But actually knitting and stuff, I've seen people sit there with those big swords that what are they? The
knitting needles?
The needles, and they're crocheting and doing crocheting.
Uh-huh.
That's right. They're crocheting with swords. No, they're crocheting with the little needles.
Yep.
I'm fascinated. I watched them. Well, have you ever done it? Have you tried it?
So I tried embroidering for the first time.
Okay.
And people make it look so easy. And I do have a tremor in my hand, so it's very difficult for me. And I got stuck with the needles so many times. I was doing a leaf, and that's as far as I got. And I have not touched it since because I was like, yeah, no, not for me.
So you just took that leaf, pressed it in a book, and saved it forever. And that's all we're going to do.
Yeah, it's like with a needle, you like put it into the it's like a canvas piece, and yeah, I just no.
Now you brought that up in you have a tremor.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people would say, well, I've got a tremor, I can't do this and I can't do that. There's workarounds for everything, isn't there? As a matter of fact, you help people with disabilities do art, don't you?
I do. So I have a traumatic brain injury, so I wouldn't say like the past 3 years the tremor started. So it's very difficult. I have an issue with like the lines and stuff because it's going to look like, like little waves. But with I work with kids that have special needs, and a lot of them can't grip onto things. And it's the simplest thing we don't think of that would make it very difficult for somebody. But there's always a way. Like I got this little device that will actually grip to their hand and they can do it themselves. But there's always a way to go around about doing it. And a lot of times, like painting, for me, I always tell people when I'm teaching like an art class, I always tell people, don't look up close. And this goes for life. Don't look up close to it because you're always going to find something wrong with it.
Right.
You step back and look at it that way. Because if you're looking up too close, like don't look up to this too close because you're going to see mistakes in everything. Those mistakes are the beautiful part of it.
That is the beautiful part. I love seeing artwork where it's like sketched. It's not a clean line. It's just they quickly sketch them, and then you got all the sketch lines and some of the lines that don't belong. And it's a little bit chaotic, but you look at it and then you see the image through the chaos of the sketching and the mess. And it's like, if I see somebody else, if I see that hanging on a wall in a gallery or in a house, I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's beautiful. But if I did it myself on a sticky note, I'm looking at it saying, that's crap. Well, no, it's not.
No,
it's not. Lean into whatever you create.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
That's right. That's right. And if your hand shakes, do some with your other hand, do some with your shaky hand, just do it.
Yep.
And it can't be wrong. If it comes from, let's make that point. If it comes from you, it can't be wrong, right?
Correct. And it doesn't really matter what kind of disability or what I always say, what kind of ability you have.
Okay.
It's all in the processing of your brain, for one, because we have to be understanding that nothing's perfect, just like life. We're not perfect human beings. We're all perfectly imperfect. And that's the beauty behind it. That's the absolute beauty behind it.
That's exactly what you're looking at. When you're looking at a piece of art, you're not just looking at a line drawn on a canvas, or you're not looking at a lump of clay that's been formed into something. You're looking at the expression of the person. And when you start to connect with that, that's when you really start to appreciate art. And moving into the next one, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Tracy says, I is proof anyone can do, me not so much now, but eventually. And her friend's so gifted. See, do you understand any of that?
Yeah. So
okay.
She's proof of, she's kind of like the one that doesn't think that she's, artistic.
Oh, okay.
But let me tell you, this woman, when it comes to connecting people to the right people, that's a gift. That is an absolute gift, because a lot of people can't do that.
Yes.
And she's always that one person that will, when you're having a really crappy day, she's the one person to call. And must say, she was the best boss I ever had. Ever. She actually took time to know me and to know that I have a brain injury and I have processed things differently. She learned about it so she could help me.
Oh, okay.
So it's learning. That's a
connecting.
Yes, 100%.
Connecting and making those connections. Anything is art. Do you ever see somebody walk across the room and it's just the way that the gait of their walk and the gracefulness of their walk, and you're just like, you just stare. And I'm being very, very basic here, but that itself is a form of artistry of motion. So everything has art in it. If you're waking up, breathing, putting on your clothes and going somewhere, there's something creative and artistic in what you're doing. You picked out your clothes, maybe some guys out there, you're in your 40s, mom still picks out your clothes. Time to move on. Empty, get the hell out. But when you pick out your clothes, you're making an expression of who you want the world to see that day. Yeah. That is a form of art. Everybody has this. I can't emphasize that enough. Michelle says, embrace your challenges, as you were talking about the abilities and or disabilities or any challenges you have. Embrace those challenges and make that a part of what you're doing.
Yes.
Don't hide from it. Don't try to be somebody else. If you're sitting down to write a song just like Billy Joel, you're going to end up writing a song that Billy Joel wrote. You're going to be like, she's always a woman to me. That sounds wonderful. Shit, that's his song. Don't be him. Right. You might appreciate his music and you might like his style, but do you?
Yes, be your authentic self.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's where art lies. Okay. Tracy says, team, no boss.
Oh my gosh. She still goes on about that. No. She was the best boss. There, I said it.
Tracy, take it. Best boss. You can live with that. All right. Don't argue, because you keep arguing with her, you're not going to be the best boss anymore.
Oh, she knows that already.
You got to give up. Okay. Other forms of creativity and art. This is a big one, is music.
Oh, yes.
It's music.
Oh my gosh, that brings out so much emotion. You know, when it depends on your mood too. It can affect your mood.
Absolutely. You can enhance your mood. You can kind of subside certain moods with music. You create. I need music almost all the time. I'm in the car, radio's got to be on if I'm
Oh
driving.
yes, it can't be quiet. I don't like
Um,
silence.
Even when I'm working, I've got a couple of computers set up and I'm working on these two computers. The other computer has music, uh, or a movie every once in a while, but it's usually music. In my house, I've got one of those, Alexas in every room, so I can just say, "Hey, play some Beatles." And when I'm cooking, I listen to the Beatles. I sing along. Do you sing when you're home alone?
I sing all the time.
You sing all the time?
Yeah. I like to sing. Well, I mean, I used to do it. So I used to sing all the time, like professionally. So it's been a long time and I don't do that anymore. But yeah, in the shower, in the car. I went on a car trip with Trey, and she heard me sing for like the first time. She's known me for years. So yeah, I like singing. It's fun.
I love singing, and you don't have to be a great singer to sing.
No.
If you had to be a great singer to sing, Snoop Dogg would be broke. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Nobody would have ever heard of Bob Dylan. Okay? Chris Christopherson was a joke when it came to him really carrying a really clean tune, but they put their own style in. They just let it flow. And when you hear Chris Christopherson, you know it's him. When you hear Bob Dylan, you know it's him. When you hear Snoop, you know it's him.
Or when you hear Eminem,
Or Eminem.
know it's him.
Eminem, who is absolutely brilliant and sober for a long time,
Yes.
by the way.
Yes.
Just to add this into our sober network of people. Eminem, one of the people who helped him get sober was Elton John. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yes, Elton John was his somewhat sponsor. He helped him along the way.
That's really cool.
And
I did
they
not know.
still respect the hell out of each other today. And both Elton John and Eminem, very successful in their careers, very successful in their recovery, and very successful in being their authentic selves.
Oh, yes.
And being artists that you can respect and appreciate.
Well, I absolutely adore Eminem. I mean, it was kind of like my brother and I's thing.
Okay.
So my brother actually introduced me to Eminem a long time ago, and I've been a fan ever since. And then when I found out he got sober, I was like, okay, him and I can relate a lot with that one.
I'm thinking about doing an Eminem painting.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm really thinking about having Eminem and M. Eminem and M. So I'll have Eminem and M&Ms. In the same thing. It would make sense. So Eminem and then a bunch of little M&Ms running around him.
You see, his creative mind is flowing.
This is what happens. This is what happens. And, and they want to lock people up for some of this kind of shit. But
back in the day, I mean.
Back in the day. I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people who suffer from things like ADD and things like that, it's a hyper creative mind is what they're dealing with too. It's a mind that's constantly going, not all, because ADD actually comes in a lot of different forms and it affects people in a lot of different ways. But there is a great many of those people who just are in this creative thing where they can't stop having creative ideas come through their head. The best thing to do with them or to encourage them to do is to allow that expression to come out and do something creative, right?
Yes. So I do have ADD. As most people do know that already.
By the time you get through with this heart attacks and the cancer and this and that and all these other things, and now I got a cancer I'm doing, and we've got the gamut of the bullshit that can happen to people, and we deal with it all through creativity, art, love, and sobriety too. But
yes,
go ahead.
100%.
So your ADD.
Yeah. So my brain is constantly going.
Yes.
Which means my creativity is constantly going. As you know, before, when we first met, I was not doing pottery then, and now I am. So every week it's a new form of art, whatever it may be. So I don't know, my brain is just everywhere going nonstop. Like, how can I do it this way? And how can I do it this way? And just try it. I just try.
That's all you can do. And stop sitting around saying, I wish I did. I'd rather at the end of my life, I'd like to look back and say, I can't believe I did that instead of I wish I did. I don't want that. And all you people out there that are saying, I really want to learn piano. I really want to learn guitar. Go to the frickin' pawn shop, spend $50, get a guitar, sit down and learn to play.
And you can YouTube and learn, and they can break it down. Because for me, I have to have something like actually broken down step by step
Right.
because I need to know.
That's one of my inspirations is my mom. When she's painting, she'll get an idea about, oh, I wonder how to do it. And then she'll study it. She'll get a book on it. She'll look at it. She'll figure out, okay, that's how I do this process. And so I'm trying to follow in her footsteps and do the same thing. Always be curious and creative. But if you see something you want to try it. Try an instrument. Hey, learn to play harmonica.
Yes.
My father broke his leg playing harmonica, so just be careful.
Okay, now I'm very curious.
No, it happens. It's a harmonica. He was actually traveling, and he traveled all week. He was a consultant, so he would fly cross country, stay in hotels all week, then fly home to Delaware on the weekends. And that's what he was doing for years and years. And he decided, he didn't want to sit in his room and just drink or sit in his room and just watch TV. So he said, I've always wanted to learn harmonica. Let me learn harmonica. So he would sit in his room at night in his hotel room playing harmonica and tapping his foot. And he would do this for like hours on end. And after a couple of nights, he started to get a sharp pain in his leg. He actually created a stress fracture in his shin from tapping his foot. So you can break your leg playing harmonica. Be very only a Jones can do this, by the way. My father. Only a Jones can do this. Let's talk about some other forms. Dancing. You mentioned that.
Yes.
People dancing, and just such a great form. Do you dance around?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I remember when I was young, we went to see Dirty Dancing.
Okay.
No, it wasn't Dirty Dancing. Excuse me, Footloose. We went to see Footloose, and it was a bunch of my friends. We were all on motorcycles, and we went to go see Footloose in a theater. And when it was over, behind the theater was a Top supermarket. And so we're in all of our biker gear, just came out of this movie. We're all hyped up because we just watched people dance for 2 hours in the film. And we were dancing through the grocery store. Dirty bikers, leathers and everything else. We're dancing through the grocery store singing, everybody cut Footloose. We're doing the whole thing. And but what a joy it was. They thought we were nuts. But you know what? Part of the joy of expressing yourself is getting the look on other people's faces. And some people will smile and some people will speed dial 911, and there'll be a lot of shit going on. But enjoy that. Enjoy that.
Yes, definitely.
Now writing is another one we haven't talked about.
Oh my gosh.
And this is a big one because I used to say, I was doing shows with Lynn before, and we'd usually have 8 or 9 people on at the same time on a podcast, and we would just take apart topics. And these guys were every one of the men and women on this show were very accomplished. They were influencers. They were leaders, and they were all authors. And I was the only one who hadn't written a book. Okay. And I kept saying, well, I don't write anything. I don't write anything. And then somebody pointed out to me one day that with One Brother, One Sister, our nonprofit, I write all of our training programs, all of our workbooks, all of our manuals, all of our stuff. And it's created from us, not from somewhere else. And I realized I am a writer. I just don't write novels. I write training programs, and I write informational and educational programs.
And that's definitely a form of art. Oh my gosh.
It made me feel so good to acknowledge that.
See, that's the opposite of what I can do. I'm not a writer at all.
And I didn't think I was, but I guess I am.
But yeah, you definitely are.
And everyone out there can write. You could write a poem. You could write. I'm afraid we're losing that art. People don't even write in birthday cards anymore. They send text messages and stuff. Yeah. And we're losing some of that. We need to save some of that. But
what my son said?
What?
Is, he's in college right now, and he said to me the other day, he's like, I guess they were having a problem at school with the kids that do their creative writing. They were using ChatGPT to write their papers.
Yeah.
And now they're like having a big crackdown on making sure it was not generated by ChatGPT.
ChatGPT is a great tool.
Yes.
But if you don't do the work, you're not learning. So you need to do the work, and you could have ChatGPT polish it, add new material, do different things, cite resources. There's a lot of great things it can do. But if you don't do some of the research yourself, the problem is that you're going to put out some very intelligent things, but you're not even going to understand what you're writing.
Or you're going to sound like a robot.
I've had people submit things to me, and I'm like, I know you didn't write this because I know you don't know half of this information. So do the work yourself. It's good as a
tool. Use it as a tool, not to formate everything that you want to do.
I mean, I remember being a kid. You had Encyclopedia Britannica in your house.
Oh yeah, those big books.
So encyclopedias, and that was your reference for everything. You know, I want to know about the Gemini Apollo 13, and you go in and you look it up and you'd see the information, and then that was it. End of information. You got to do work beyond that if you want to go to the library or you want to do this. Now it's like, if I can't Google it, I don't even want to know it. I don't go anywhere past that. Yeah. And that's scary.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, I don't know a lot of people that even go to a library anymore.
I don't think a lot of people could tell you where the library is in their town.
Or how to use the reference cards, you know?
Oh, do they even have that? Do they even know what a Dewey Decimal System is?
Are we aging ourselves?
Yes, we are. We are old. We are old. We used to use rotary dials on telephones, people. Well, maybe not you.
I did.
You did?
I did. Yep. I mean, I think it got rid of that like years prior to my birth, but my grandma always had one, so I know how to use one.
Yeah. So creative writing, journaling is a creative form.
Yes.
Maybe just write down a few notes every day.
And it doesn't mean you have to physically write, because some people do have issue. You don't even have to do that. You can actually talk to text, talk to write.
Yeah.
There's so many different applications. Again, abilities, right? People's abilities.
But we need the material to come from within you.
Yes.
Now, that material from within you could spark more imagination and more exploration, and you could use the other tools. But make sure something starts with you, or else it's not going to have that same meaning. But try writing. People, you want to know how to be a writer? Wait till the show's over. Don't leave now. Go get a piece of paper, grab a pencil, write down one sentence, put a period at the end of it, take a look at it. You're now a writer. You don't have to write a novel to be a writer. The minute you write something down, you're a writer. Now, do I want to be a writer and do a sentence? Do I want to be a writer again and do another sentence? Do I want to be a writer again and do it? Take little steps. It's a little thing. You don't make a mile by jumping in the air and you go a mile. You make a mile by each step. Right. So same thing with writing or any other artistic activities. Don't try to have your final product in the first minute.
Oh, you'll never have it.
No,
that's not how that works.
No.
There's a processing behind everything.
The only one that might work that way is photography.
No.
Because you're capturing a moment. Click and it's it.
Yeah, but it could be blurry.
It could be, it does require work.
Or like me, where, people take pictures of me and my eyes are always closed. It never fails.
Other things people can do. Coloring.
Yes.
Coloring. It's so much fun. If you have not colored in a coloring book and you're over the age of 40 and you have not colored in a coloring book recently, do it. You will be amazed at how it makes you feel. I don't care if it's Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck or X-Men or flowers or mandalas or whatever.
Mandalas. Oh, yes.
Is it mandala or mandalas?
Mandala.
Mandalas. You were going to go with me just to be nice with mandala. Yeah. But it's mandalas. Okay. Drawing those or coloring those. Why is it so relaxing? Is it just the color itself, or?
I think it's all of it. And it kind of like brings us back to our childhood.
It does.
So that's not a bad thing.
It connects us with our childhood, and that's important. Other things you can do. Martial arts is a form of, they call it art. Martial arts and exercise and things like that are forms of art. Yoga, absolutely.
Pilates.
Meditation, Pilates, spin class, all those things are a form of like a kinesthetic art in motion.
You were saying, right? Kinesthetic.
Kinesthetic, yeah. It's a feeling, but yeah, it's art in motion and all of this stuff. So that's really important. Let me see. Whoa. Okay, got a couple comments. Let's get to them. Yeah, used to get work emails like that.
Jay,
you're right. And they sounded like a robot. Yeah, the Chat GPT emails. You could tell when it's not a real person.
Oh, yeah. I caught so many people doing that. I was like, oh. Got to change that up a bit.
Yes, absolutely. She does recordings and talk to text, so she's using it. Okay. Like the season finale and 6 Feet Under, the past non-character whispered in Claire's ear and said, "You can't take a picture of it. The moment's already gone."
Okay.
Okay. I never saw 6 Feet Under, so I don't know.
I don't remember if I saw that or not.
I've been too close to 6 Feet Under to watch it.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, she's using, oh, wait a minute. Trey saying, "I'm using voice to text. Janelle can translate for me." Sorry. You see, this is one of the problems we have, the lost in translation thing. Oh, Bill McClenton, one of my best buds from my childhood. Bill and I, we were in middle school together. We were in rock ensemble. We were in the play Bye Bye Birdie together. He was Conrad Birdie, or he was, I was Conrad. No, he was Conrad Birdie, and I was Albert Peterson. And we
Wow.
starred in a play. We did everything together.
Plays another form of art.
Big Elvis fans, and and I actually stole my first thing when I was with Bill years ago. I stole a record from a store when I was with Bill. I didn't realize I stole the record, but I had a Frisbee in my hand, was looking at records. I walked out of the store, didn't have the Frisbee anymore, but I had 2 albums.
Oh, no.
So I just kept walking. But yes, Bill is right. Playing records. And he's asking how I'm fitting. Bill, I'm feeling great. My heart is as good as it's ever been, probably better than it's ever been, and I'm feeling good. So thank you for asking. I appreciate it. Let's see. The show ever, and it doesn't sound like the title.
The 6 Feet Under, I think.
Oh,
she's
okay.
Referring to the best.
So
show,
I think she's
best
trying to
show.
say the best show ever.
Yes.
We got it. Voice to text. Holy cow.
Because some people have an issue with texting or writing.
Yes, that's true.
I use voice to text all the time. So anytime anyone gets a text from me that seems a little off, that's probably what it is. Because I don't know, it's so much faster than to do the texting, and what
Absolutely.
I mean? Just easier for me.
Absolutely. We're running through this show, and we really appreciate all of you being here. We just gave you, I know this seems a little chaotic. We went through lists and we were going through all. We're going to focus more on specific things as we get into each week. We want to hear about how you express your creative self. What art or creativity has done for you, or music or acting or whatever it might be. What is your way to let it out? And tell us your stories, and we'll tell you ours. And we'll even share some stories that probably aren't true, just to keep you guys interested. But I'm
just throw something out there.
We're just gonna throw some shit out there, and it'll be fine. Back in my old show, which was Live Out Loud. This is now Live Louder, and you can go to livelouderpodcast.com and see our website. All of our shows will be a couple days after they air originally. They'll be on our website, so you can access them there. You can also always access them through a YouTube channel, Sober Life Studios YouTube channel, our Facebook pages. It'll be out there, so you can access our shows. Please share them, like our channels, like our show, leave comments, let us know what you want us to talk about. Again, we're not going to be talking politics. We're not going to get serious on you guys, but we're definitely going to have some fun, and we're going to talk about the creative parts of life and friendship. It's so cool that Janelle and I, we've only known each other for about 6 months now, 5 months.
Yeah, I was going to say less than that.
I met you just before my heart attack.
Literally only like a couple weeks prior.
Yeah. And then I ended up in a hospital, almost died. And but now I'm back. And I probably won't have another heart attack for at least 3-4 days. But
oh, God.
But one of the things I used to do on the old show, just to bring a little levity, is at the end of each show, I'd do something called Scott's Curiosities. And I thought I would bring that back. And the reason I bring it back is just to add a little humor, a little bit of levity to things about life. And, so I'm going to throw it out there. We will have an intro. It'll be a whole big piece and everything. But this is Scott's Curiosities. But, before I share that, though, very quickly, I want to let everybody know that coming up, we do have an event coming up.
Yes.
Okay? In the South Florida Mental Wellness Summit and Expo on October 23rd. Okay.
Yes. And I believe it starts at 8:30 in the morning
Yes.
until probably, I want to say 4:30. I could be wrong about 4:30, but it's like right in there between 4 and 5. So it's going to be a full day event. We're actually speaking at the event.
Right.
As well as we're doing an art piece together. And the people who are attending are going to be working on it with us. So it's going to be fun.
There we go. Make sure you show up. The information's on the screen. You can always pause, go back, rewind, and pause, and take a look. You can get your tickets. You can buy your tickets there. It's going to be fantastic. There's going to be so many good speakers and different things. It's a one-day event, and let me tell you, the more people that attend things like this, and we open up the conversations about mental health, the more people we can help. We can end the stigma. We can have people who no longer have to suffer in silence. We want them to learn. We want people to have open dialogue about these things. Very, very important. So please join us for that. All right. For my curiosity, I decided, by the way, when I die, because I thought about death a lot after my heart attack, I want to be scattered on the beach.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't want to be cremated. So you'll have to figure out how that's going to work. Just little pieces and chunks. Okay.
Curious. Yeah. The things you think about.
I'm telling you. Here's something curious. When I was a kid, it seemed like every week we were learning two things. Okay. Stop, drop, and roll was one of them. Stop, drop, and roll. The other one was how to hide from a nuclear attack under your school desk and how that was going to save you from a nuclear attack. Not so much. But the stop, drop, and roll. Do you remember that?
Of course.
But that was pounded into us. And I thought it was going to have a much bigger influence on my life. I would have had to have at least stopped, dropped, and rolled at least 5 times by now. Never once have I had to stop, drop, and roll. But it has been pounded into me. So I'm just saying, I do not burst into flame as often as I thought I would. Just like I thought quickstand was going to play a much bigger part in my life. Because when I was a kid, all the movies and all the stuff had people sinking in quicksand.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen it?
Never.
I have.
You have?
I have.
Where?
South Dakota.
They got quicksand in South Dakota?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I thought that was like an Amazonian thing or something.
So it'll look like it's crusted over.
Yeah.
And you step on it and you just start sinking in. You're like, oh, crap.
Do you ever get stuck?
I don't know. I wasn't crazy enough to try it out.
Okay.
The second it started to sink, I jumped. I was like, I'm out.
Here's an idea for everybody. You know how you get so mad when a bird poops on your car?
Yes.
Here's what I do. Do what I do. Bird poops on my car. I go in the house. I make some wings. I come out. I sit on the porch and I show them just what a badass I am. I eat wings in front of them. Okay. There's nothing as pleasant as the sound of laughter from a child. Can we all agree on that?
Definitely.
Unless it's 3 a.m. And you don't have kids. Then it just becomes something really scary, and it becomes like a whole horror
my
thing.
nightmare right there.
Yes. And here's a last little something for you. Not so much a curiosity, but maybe a little suggestion. Next time you go to work, if you're having a bad day at work, keep a little wasp or a bee that you've crushed or that you found dead, and tape it to your palm. And what this allows you to do is slap your boss in the back of the head as hard as you want, and then show him that you saved his life. But it gives you an excuse and a good way to slap your boss and not get in trouble. That's my advice for you
Unless
today.
you're your own boss, then you get a problem.
If you work for yourself and you're just smacking yourself in the back of the head, you've got other issues. Please attend the Mental Health Summit, and we can help you with that.
Right?
Janelle, we're at the end. What do you think?
That went by really, really fast.
It went so fast, and we are right up against it. We want to thank everybody for joining us and all of the comments you guys gave today. I hope you'll join us next week and every week. And if there's anything you want us to know, put it in the comments. We'll keep an eye on it during the week, and certainly join us next week for the show next Saturday at 11.
Definitely. I love it.
Yeah. And thank all of you for joining us. For Janelle, I'm Scott. You guys are awesome. Make sure you let your creativity create who you are. Don't let other people tell you who you are.
Let your creativity flow today.
Let it flow. Let it flow. As a matter of fact, today, do something creative. Do one thing creative. I guarantee it's going to enhance your day.
Definitely.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.